Did anyone make any New Year's resolutions? If you made a New Year's resolution and you actually want to stick to it, you might want to consider messaging me about joining the accountability Discord. So that might be a good spot to like keep up with it, you know, and get some other people to support you while figuring it out. Oh no, not the gym membership. Have you ever read about how like gym memberships grow like 200% in January? So many people sign up for gym memberships in January. Ironically, we need less of me. Maybe, I mean, some people do stick with it though. You're the type of person that could stick with it if you started, so I'm not saying you shouldn't, but it's just funny. Like, a lot of people have that same goal and then immediately stop. I think, well, I think the reason is because, like, something as heavy as, like, losing weight, no pun intended, needs more than just a resolution. You know what I mean? Like, in order to decide you're going to lose weight, you need to really, truly want to do it. Versus, like, oh, it's New Year's and I want to set a resolution. Let's try this, right? Like, that's just never going to work. It's going to work for 2 weeks and then you're going to stop, right? So, like, in order to really stick with it, you have to already have reached that point where you're like, I'm definitely going to do it. And it's very rare that you reach that point at the exact same time as New Year's happens. So that's like that. I don't think that's a good New Year's resolution because you have to be a lot more serious about it. I think a good New Year's resolution is something that like doesn't take that much effort to do. Because if it takes too much effort, it's not something that a New Year's resolution is going to push you enough to do it. You know what I mean? You got to truly want to do it, not just because it's New Year's and you're trying to do a New Year's thing. So like, yeah, you need like a much, but like, I think for you, it's fine. I'm not saying you can't do it as your New Year's. I was just talking in general, like why do so many people sign up for gym memberships in January and then quit in February? I think that's why. But if it's something you've been thinking about for a while and you just happen to decide to do it for New Year's, then like, yeah, I think it could work. But I think in general, people should pick less. And you know what would be even more helpful is if you have a big goal like losing weight or becoming financially stable or like something that takes like a lot of effort to do, it might be better to set like a reasonably small New Year's resolution. And then once you meet that, you'll have the confidence to do the bigger one. You know what I mean? So like if you're looking to run a marathon, if that's your New Year's resolution, my New Year's resolution is I want to run a marathon this year. Then maybe your New Year's resolution should actually be like run a quarter marathon or run a half marathon or something, you know what I mean? And then like build up the confidence to then do the bigger goal. Because like I said, with the New Year's resolution, it's not enough of a push to like get you to do something crazy like run a marathon if you're not even running yet. Run to the fridge. Maybe if you're doing like a weight loss New Year's resolution, your New Year's resolution could actually just be like to cut out a certain food or something. You know what I mean? Like my New Year's resolution is no more of this. And then like once you do that, you start to get the confidence of like, all right, maybe I can set like a bigger goal, you know? That's the thing. Like I think that too many people set huge, like I think that a lot of people are, and I don't mean to say like this is you guys, okay? If you vibe with this, I'm not saying you're an awful person or anything, okay? Because I think this is a very, very common theme. But I think many people throughout the whole year don't set any goals, right? Like they're not goal-oriented people, which is fine. But they're not goal-oriented people. They're not the type of person that randomly in October, they'll be like, you know what? I have a goal of losing 10 pounds by the end of the month or something. Like they're just not goal-oriented people. They don't set goals, right? But then December comes around and they're like, oh, New Year's resolution, time for me to start the new year hot. I'm going to start the new year. I'm going to set this goal. So then they set some crazy goal, like I'm going to lose 100 pounds next year. They get to the end of January and they've gained weight. And then they're like, okay, I give up. And then for the whole rest of the year, they don't set any goals because they set this crazy expectation for themselves on New Year's of all things. And then they think like, I just can't do it. I can't do goals. You know what I mean? And then like the whole rest of the year, they're like depressed. They're like, I can't do, I tried in January and it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like, I think New Year's resolutions actually kills goal-oriented people. Like, if you're not already a goal-oriented person, all New Year's is doing is like ruining your chance to set goals for yourself, because you set one in January that you're not really committed to doing. You're just doing it because it's New Year's resolution. And then you fail it, and then you're like, all right, I give up this year. Better luck next time, right? For me, I'm an extremely goal-oriented person. I'm setting goals for myself all the time. I'm incredibly motivated in that way. So, and that's got to be blatantly obvious if you've watched me for more than a week. So, for me, New Year's resolutions don't mean anything. It's just another goal. It's just another goal that I set upon all the other goals I set. You know what I mean? If I fail my New Year's resolution, it's like, that's okay. I have 5 other goals I met. Like, it's just another one. Maybe I'll try to think of one for New Year's resolution just for the heck of it, but like, I'm always setting goals for myself, and I'm okay failing them as well. If I fail my New Year's resolution, if I fail a goal I set for myself, I just set another goal. That's just the way my brain works, right? But I think too many people get discouraged by setting a New Year's resolution, which again is not enough of a motivator to do something big. If you need to lose weight, you need to reach that headspace that's like, I'm killing myself. I'm killing myself at this weight. I'm lowering years off my life. I'm not able to do the things I want to do. Like, you need to reach that headspace before you're like, okay, I'm really going to make a change. New Year's resolution means nothing. It's just some stupid social norm crap that, like, that's not going to motivate you to do something as big as losing weight, right? Maybe you make that goal and you go to the gym and you realize you actually really like the gym, and then like it just works out that way. But it's not enough to actually give you the motivation. You have to really be in the headspace to do something big like that. So like I said, I think for New Year's resolution, you should set something really small. If something like losing weight is something you want to do, but you're not really there yet, just do like a little small, just be like, I'm gonna do a New Year's resolution. Every Sunday in January, I'm gonna go to the gym. Like, don't even pressure yourself to lose weight. Don't even pressure yourself to do it past January. January, I'm going to go to the gym every Sunday. That's my New Year's resolution. And just like leave it at that, right? Then if it turns into something great, if not, you're not harming your ability to set goals for yourself for the rest of your year because you failed this like arbitrary goal you set for yourself. I'm going to lose 50 pounds by the end of the year or something, So that's my advice to you. If you're not a goal-oriented person, just set something very small for New Year's, or don't set anything at all, because you're not a goal-oriented person, and all you're going to do is just depress yourself by thinking you had to meet some arbitrary goal in January, which is silly, So yeah, don't even bother. It's not for you. That's fine. You'll do it when you feel like you really need to do it, not just because it's January. Yeah, and then that's a great New Year's resolution. Then maybe you get into February and you're like, you know what? My life just kind of feels better this way. I'm going to keep doing it. Or you get to February and you're like, I feel good for hitting my goal. Now I can go back to what I was doing before. Maybe less, maybe more, whatever. But like, I hit guys, like hitting goals is such a huge dopamine hit. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people just set huge goals, fail them, and then continually roll down this hill of like trying to set goals and just continually missing them. Whereas if you set small goals and hit them, you get that dopamine hit every time you hit a goal. It's so much better. And this applies to anything. If you look up any like plan for weight loss, for financial stability, they always say set small goals. They always say like a budget is basically a weekly goal that you're hitting. That's what budgeting is, basically. It's a weekly or monthly goal that you can look back and say, I did that, and it feels good that you did that. And that's why budgeting works so well, other than the fact that it also helps control your money. But like, that's why it works mentally, because like you can actually hit a goal of like, oh, I'll just spend $200 on groceries this month. Then you do it and you feel great and you feel like you saved money and the month worked out and you survived. And, you know, and like with weight loss, it's always about small goals. It's always about lose a few pounds here, a few pounds there. It's never lose 50 pounds in a year. Like that's never, you will never see that goal in any weight loss program. If you do, it's a terrible weight loss program, but you'll never go to a personal trainer and they'll be like, all right, our goal is to lose 50 pounds in a year. Like that's not going to happen. They're going to give you very small, achievable goals. And that's the best way to do really anything. Look at speed running as well. Speed running is the same way. Never set your speed running goals as I'm going to get world record, right? When you start running a game, you always just try to beat your PB. That's why speed running is so addictive, because you can just beat your PB. Just those small improvements, you know? So that's my advice to you guys. Like just do very small goals, get those dopamine hits. It'll help you continue. That's the ticket, man. That's the ticket. Yeah, I mean, in a goal that's that open-ended, like just upload more, you know, like you're going to meet that, right? Hopefully, hopefully you can meet that goal. It's such a simple, just like upload more, whatever you can do to upload more, just, you know, do it, you know, then you'll feel good. You'll feel like you hit that goal. Then you can refine it from there. Okay, I uploaded more this month. Now I want to upload this specific content, or, oh, I want to get this many views or whatever. You know, you can refine it from there, but start at a very broad, easy goal. Like with the weight loss thing, I said, don't even worry about how much weight you're losing. Don't worry about what you're, just like go to the gym every Sunday. Like that's just the goal. Just like go to the gym every Sunday, no matter what happens. You could walk in, be like, I don't know what machine to use, and then walk out. Like you win at least, you know, like you made the transaction. You got in there, right? Start at like the most broad possible goal of just like go to the gym. And then the next month, if you're still in it, be like, all right, now I want to do at least 30 minutes of the gym every Sunday or something. You know what I mean? Just like refine it from there. Yeah, no, that's honestly such a huge part of it too. I think a lot of people struggle with just the mental weight of like going. Like it's not the act of being at the gym. It's not the acting of lifting weights. It's not the act of jogging. It's not the act of any of that. It's like literally just walking in the door is like one of the biggest hurdles. Setting a time, the time, and not making excuses as you get in the car to drive there, like that's like the biggest thing. And for me, when I started going to the gym in college, it just became a routine. That's how I got over that, because I had like several days where I was like, I just don't want to go. I was going in the morning too, at like 5 in the morning. It was like so hard to get up and go, because I could, as soon as I woke up, I was like, I could go to the gym right now, or I could sleep for another hour. And that's the worst. Like everyone's going to pick sleep another hour. Like, why wouldn't you? That's ridiculous. Who wants to go to the gym and sweat and work when you could easily sleep another hour and no one's going to know about it? That's why it's good to have someone go with you, so that you have to cancel with someone, and it's a lot harder to do it. But like I was going alone at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was so easy for me to just be like, I'll sleep another hour and no one's going to know except me, right? But then it became a routine. I just literally every day I got up at 5, went to the gym, did my thing, class started at 7. Like it was like a perfect routine, and that's what got me to go. And somehow I went every day for months at 5 o'clock in the morning as a college student that also had a job without an accountability buddy. I don't know how. I still look back at that and I'm like, how? How did I do that? I don't know. I know I'm a goal-oriented person, but that's insane. Like, giving a college student the ability to sleep another hour, how is he not going to take it? But somehow I just got in the headspace of like, this is just what I do every day. Like, and I was because I was going to college full time and I had a job And my life was so like regimented at that point. It was like 7 o'clock, I got to be here. 8 o'clock, I got to be here. 9 o'clock, I got to be here. All the way till 11 o'clock at night when I got off work. Then I went to Swenson's. I got my dinner. I went home. I played video games for like an hour. Fell asleep. Woke up, did it again the next day. It was so regimented that like once I inserted gym into that regimen, that was just what I did. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't even like question it. It was just like, that's the next thing on my list. So I don't know if like having a super strict schedule helps. I don't think a lot of people like schedules that are that strict, but for me it worked. For me, I didn't even need an accountability buddy. I didn't need somebody to call to cancel. Like it was just part of my routine and I just stuck with it. So I don't think I could do that today. My life is too hectic today with kids and wife and stream and everything else going on, family and everything. Like nothing is strict enough for me to be able to do that. But back in college, that is all the time I had. There was no family. I was dating my wife at the time, but we never saw each other. So that was like weekend and that's it. So like my weekdays were so every single hour I was doing a thing that I just stuck with it, you know? So I don't know. Could work, but I recommend definitely getting an accountability buddy, which is why we started the accountability Discord, because I think that helps a lot. But especially with the gym, because like I said, it's the social pressure of going. It's the social pressure of getting in the car and going and doing the thing you have to do. So having an accountability buddy means the social pressure is reversed, because now you have to call your friend and say you aren't going, which is worse than going a lot of times, you know? So like that's why accountability buddies are so important. Because you don't want to call your buddy and be like, I'm not going. That's even worse than going. So that's why it works so well. Because then you're like, oh crap, I gotta go. Or my buddy's gonna, lay into me about not going. So that's why it works so well. At least with exercise, with gym stuff,